That's an old record, says our American correspondent, and I thought I was doing so well. That's Buzz Hungry on SOL Records, singles only label if you'd rather, and it's called The Invictor. This is the future sound of London, and yet, in a rather special way, it isn't. I'll read you what it says on the press release, actually, in very large letters indeed, the future sound of London Virgin Records. It says Brian Dugans and Gary Cobain will also release research records on Earthbeat through UCR. The first of these is the Metropolis EP, which is what you just heard. They are not future sound of London records and will be more anonymous in the future, especially in the early stages of club and specialist radio promotion. The real value of these records is the scope for learning and experimentation they provide, as well as feedback from the marketplace. So I don't want any of you enjoying them under any circumstances. This is from the Glue Girls.
Yo, Blondie! Yo, baby! Nice hair! Bet it's not blonde down there. Yo, Blondie! Check that! I never saw an ass like that. Yo, baby, can I have a feel? Is it real? Don't bother getting undressed. I just want the girls to be impressed. Don't bother pretending not to be. Walking fast won't make me disappear. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if I said yes? Yo, Blondie! Pretty boy, come here for a minute, come talk to us. Yo, baby! Nice hair! Bet it's not blonde down there. Yo, Blondie! Check that! Never saw an ass like that. Yo, baby, can I have a feel? Is it real? Don't bother getting undressed. I just want the girls to be impressed. Don't bother pretending not to hear. Walking fast won't make me disappear. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if I said yes? What would you do? What would you do? You wouldn't know what to do if I said yes.
Is ridicule more effective than bad temper? Discuss. That's Yo Blondie on Dionysus Records on rather hideous pink vinyl from the Glue Girls, GLOO, and this is the first from Breed.
You wonderful blade, you rotate and
That's the first from Breed in session, their second session for the programme. The last one, of course, went out on one of those Strange Fruit EPs with Gallon Drunk. That was called Wonderful Blade, and even as we speak, a team of people are working on the Festive 50s. Loads of people sent in their entries, and all of them gratefully received. And Chris Zimchik, I think it must be, along with Bruce Rimmel and Simon Harris, all of them at the University of Birmingham, in, of all places, Birmingham, put a little poem on the back of their envelope, and it just goes to show, obviously, these are kind of, students, really. Oh, how we love you so, on the radio, playing all your songs. Oh, yes, we love you, John. Kind of brings a lump to your throat, doesn't it? This is a new single from Truman's Water, and their first for, well, not a major label exactly, but for Homestead Records, anyway, after they were picked up by Homestead, obviously, in the States. And this is called A Politics. That's really annoying. I'd forgotten that it was at 33 and a third. Serve me right for being such a smart aleck. The start of this, incidentally, I was going to warn you, it does sound rather strange, so don't pick your radios up and shake them because you think there's something wrong with them, unless you feel like doing that anyway. A Politics, Take 2. Truman's Water.
just one. What have you done? You are so beautiful. Why did you run away from me?
I just bet you couldn't spot the join there. That was Joel and the Dimensions from the CD Classic Doo-Wop on Ace Records, and Sweetest One. Before that, it was Truman's Water, the new single on Homestead Records, not in your shops here for a while, nor indeed in the United States, I suspect, and that's called A Politics, and I'll play you the other side of that in tomorrow night's thrill-packed programme. This is Where's the Beach?
1, 2, 3, 4.
What is that? I shall have to write and ask him about that. That's Where's the Beach in session, the first from them, which is called Pop Killer. And this is Rocket from the Crypt and an LP called Kirker Now, if you have that sort of an education, on Headhunter Records, The March of Dimes. Tipped for the top and now signed to a major label, whatever that may mean. Rocket from the Crypt, and that's March of Dimes. After the news, something pretty intense, but now it's 11:30 on 24-hour 1FM, and Mallory Gelb has the news.
The Americans say their troops will be authorized to use preemptive force to defend themselves during the relief mission in Somalia. About 28,000 US servicemen are being sent to the famine-stricken country to stop local warlords from looting food and medical supplies. The first contingent of 1,800 Marines will go in next week. President Bush went on primetime TV this evening to announce the deployment.
After consulting with my advisors, with world leaders, and the congressional leadership, I have today told Secretary General Boutros-Ghali that America will answer the call. I have given the order to Secretary Cheney to move a substantial American force into Somalia.
Labour's heritage spokeswoman Anne Clwyd has condemned the official report into the Windsor Castle fire. It says the fire was started by a powerful spotlight placed too close to a curtain and that no one's directly to blame. But Mrs Clwyd says she isn't satisfied.
There clearly is a whitewash. It doesn't address many of the unanswered questions. I can't believe it's taken 2 weeks to come up with this kind of report. I suspect this is an edited version and that the real report is somewhere under wraps.
Health Minister Tim Yeo has asked inspectors to examine the management of children's homes in the London borough of Lambeth. The move is at the request of the local council and follows revelations that a convicted sex offender ran a children's home for 5 years before being found out. He was then allowed to keep his job for another 6 years before being sacked. West Midlands police have shot dead a Rottweiler Rottweiler that terrorised people in the Selly Oak area of Birmingham for 4 hours. Residents in one road are said to have been too scared to leave their homes. The controversy within the Church of England over the ordination of women has taken a new turn. The guardians of the Shrine of Walsingham in Norfolk have said they won't let women priests officiate there. A spokesman said Walsingham should be a centre of stability at a time of great uncertainty within the Anglican Church. That's it. Next news on 1FM at 1 o'clock.
And you're back with the Peel Wingding, another centre of stability. That's Intense Degree, and he was the ukulele player for Dr. Eugene's Travelling Folk Show Band, is the title of the track, and that comes from a most welcome new release, which is, you remember the EP, Bleh! Well, this is the Sun, Bleh! Also on Slapper Ham Records, 52 bands, 67 songs on a 7-inch, and that is but the first of them, and there will be more featured in these programmes, of that there can be no doubt. And another record that gave me great pleasure during the week is a new double LP from Thinking Fellas Union Local 282. It's called Mother of All Saints, and this has the intriguing title, which is why it's being played before any of the others, Hummingbird in a Cube of Ice. Thinking Fellas Union Local 282 from the new LP Mother of All Saints, back on good form, I'd have said, the band, actually, after one or two rather, well, not second-rate releases, but rather uninvolving releases. That's called Hummingbird in a Cube of Ice, and I'll play you 3 more tracks from the LP in tomorrow night's programme. I also see that there's an EP that's been issued in Leeds, of all places. It says Where's Officer Tuba is the title of it, from Hemiola of 35 Barnborough Street, Burley, Leeds, and I don't think I've ever heard that or seen it, but we'll try and track it down at some stage. This is Cantor and Moses. No, it isn't. This is Cantor and Moses. Cantor and Moses, Burning Temptation Transmix. That's Justin Cantor and Rob Moses, but I'm sure you know that already. And that's called Damn Mad. And the entire family decamped to Cambridge yesterday to see the Wedding Present play. The first time, actually, that I can remember that all six of us have gone to a gig to see a band, and a thoroughly good time was had by all. And it was our Floss's first ever gig, actually, and she was quite impressed with it, rather taken aback by all of the noise, I suspect. And a detachment of the family, indeed, at this very moment, probably making its way back from Norwich from seeing the Wedding Present up there as well. And so the new single coming up for them in just a moment. When I played this prior to the programme, I just got a CD of it. I haven't got any 7-inch singles yet, but the CD of it, I thought there was something wrong with the machine, actually. You probably heard it dozens of times on the radio already, but it was the first time that I'd heard it tonight, and it does sound most odd at the beginning, but I'm sure it's intentional, and as I'm seeing Boy Gedge on Another Matter tomorrow afternoon, I should be able to check it with him to make sure that it is supposed to sound like this. That's the wedding present and the new single, their 12th of the year, of course, and No Christmas is the title of it. And as I say, that's for members of my family currently hurrying south from Norwich. And while you're considering all of the new formats, and I know that you all will be, because you can't wait to get into them if I know you, whether you're going to have the XKE or the BRM or the ERA or whatever it is that you're going to go for, consider this, the 5-inch single. This is from the Melvins. It's on Slapper Ham Records again. These are the people who brought us Sunday Love Canal. over CD and let the 5-inch single take over. That's what I say. Those are the Melvins on Slapper Ham Records, a flipper tune called Love Canal, and another flipper tune, in fact, on the reverse of that. And it's, rather an attractive little object, frankly, if you're a sucker for that sort of thing, and I certainly am. Not a great deal of information about Breed, alas. I'm not quite sure what's gone wrong with our system, which is normally, of course, perfect, in fact. But I can tell you that they have a gig on the 5th of December, which is pretty darn soon. In fact, I'd say it's almost tomorrow. It's almost tomorrow. In fact, it is tomorrow. It's Saturday the 5th December at the White Horse in London with Bail to Space. That's a gig for Breed. And here they come, Shaking the Bone. That comes from the LP King Tubby Meets Vivian Jackson, Dub of Jerusalem. And before that, it was Breed in session with Shaking the Bone. And I just noticed a note, actually, with the Where's the Beach session, asking if I would dedicate the entire session to Digger, who's in jail, which I'm very happy to do. And Al William, actually, has got a friend called Digger, but I very much doubt it's the same one, seeing as Digger is red and white and made of kapok, or whatever it is that teddy bears are made of. So for the other Digger, this is Where's the Beach and Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Where's the Beach in session, and that's called Unstoppable, and hardly a week passes these days without me uncovering, or having uncovered for me, yet another importer and distributor of American and indeed other American singles, records, cassettes, whatever, and there's some people called Bubblegum who were kind enough to send me some records during the week. They also import Japanese things, but I've not had the chance to listen to any of them yet, but there was a double single set, double single set. So I'm not doing this awfully well, am I? I'm juggling with bits of paper trying to find the relevant information, called Redfish Dreams. And it says, this is the insert for Redfish Dreams, a double split single featuring the bands Cudgel and the Swirlies. The single is a memento of the joint Cudgel and Swirlies summer 1992 tour, in inverted commas, of the East Coast. And it involves Cinderblock Records of Alston, Massachusetts, and Nervous Records of Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I'll play you one track by Cudgel and one by the Swirlies. The Swirlies track, I should warn you, starts very strangely indeed, so once again you may have cause to believe that there's something wrong with your radio. There may be, but this isn't it. This is from... Which one am I going to play first? This is from Cudgel, Over Easy. And it carries on like this for quite some time. Those were the Swirlies, and Her Life of Artistic Freedom was the title of it, on Cinderblock and Nervous Records, from the EP Red Fish Dreams. And from the same EP, before that it was Cudgel and Over Easy. And this came to me from Bubblegum Records of Burgess Hill, West Sussex. I'll tell you what they said in their letter. It says, he said in his letter, I run Bubblegum Imports. It's a much smaller operation than Greyhound and Cargo, although we're doing a very similar thing. We buy in direct from the record labels themselves and tend to get hold of a lot of stuff that doesn't really make it to the UK via the standard distribution network. We import from all of the significant American independents, including Duper, Shrimper, Baby Huey, Forced Exposure, Ecstatic Peace, Funky Mushroom, Data Panic, Drag City, Noiseville, Simple Machines, Pop Bus, RRR, Bob, VHF, and so on, really. Anyway, what you need is an address, I think, and a stamped addressed envelope would be in order if you want to get in touch with Bubblegum. It's Bubblegum Imports of Post Office Box 56, Burgess Hill, West Sussex, RH150TS. That's Bubblegum Imports, Post Office Box 56, Burgess Hill, West Sussex, RH150TS. And this is Otis Mabuta and Machacha.
Linanga, aninga boyamba lilisapo, lingwelingai, litimpoto motema, lizokisi na bongo nanga. Seyena na lingaka na motema deime. Balobaka pamba yanga na yese koliwa, ba oyo balobaka, ba mifiti nzambe, ba oyo batongoko, ba songer ngoya o aye. Ako misuano nemo po bakoka na ngai na gigio. Mokili kaka boye ebani na eke, nini nasali koboka na ngamba be, oye bisanga nini bolingo na somba. Na bondeli yo mon amour silko. L'amour est si doux quand il y a des amants fidèles. L'amour est si doux quand il y a des couples unis. Boye bisanga nini bolingo na somba. Boye bisanga nyongo na futa. Barabaka pamba ye ya nana shabani. Bolingo bolingo suka seliwa. Barabaka Dana Shabani, Bolingo Bolingo Suka Seliwa. Ke Mushingile, Banamayo, Barabaka, Baba,
Otis Mbuta and Machacha, and that's Lisapa Yazilko, and it comes from an LP also called Otis Mbuta from Afrique Music, well worth tracking down, and a big favourite on the Kershaw programme, I happen to know. And here's a letter from Roland Patrice, who writes to me from a place called Pleubion, I think it is, in France, and sends me his festive 50, which should go down in the book with all of the others, and of course the resultant list will be broadcast over Christmas and New Year on these very programmes. And in the course of his letter, Roland says, please John, listen to 13th Hole, a band from Rennes in Brittany, and unfortunately I'd like to do that very much indeed, but have none of their records, and I'm not quite sure how to get hold of any. But if you're listening, Roland, if you'd like to send me records by 13th Hole, I should be very pleased to listen to them and reimburse you if necessary. And also, people who sent in entries to Festive 50 will be pleased with the next record, Paul Broadwater, who wrote from Winchester, and Mark Pomeroy from St Mary's, Southampton, who said, thanks for finding the 70 Gwen Party for me. Well, here's a new single from 70 Gwen Party.
I feel my will trying to remember a dream is like being out at night in a thunderstorm. There's a flash of light, and for one brief moment everything stands out vivid and stark. I'm interested in your opinion, Doctor. Being out at night in a thunderstorm, there's a flash of light. The whole thing was for one brief moment everything stands out vivid and stark.
just never end. And so many times you come here late at night, you're always talking about some other fight. Another friend you say has let you down. You carry on till I just can't bear the sound. So hang up now, and please don't call again. You just have to realize that this truly is the end. And just stop that stupid shit. Why can't you see sense? So many times you come here late at night, always talking about another fight. Another friend you say has let you down. You carry on, I just can't bear the sound.
That's on Ajax Records from Chicago, who do a pretty neat list themselves, actually. Canane's the band, from an EP called Stumpy Vision, I think. And that was another fight. Before that, it was the excellent 70 Gwen Party, another single on their own Snape record label. As I pointed out before, if I was a wealthy record entrepreneur, and there aren't that many of those about these days, I do understand that, I would most assuredly sign the 70 Gwen Party to a long-term contract, no question about that. That new single is called Knee Deep in Evil, and if I remember, I'll play you the B-side of that in tomorrow night's programme as well. All these promises. Glowing reports from Peel Acres on tonight's wedding present gig in Norwich. That was JD, originating in Holland, but now on R&S Records from Belgium, trying to find the rhythm. And this is another track from the CD Bend It 92, and, well, I'll give you the title of it after I've played you the tune.
Gegen Schäfer. Schäfer nach innen geflankt. Kopfball abgewehrt. Aus dem Hintergrund müsste Rahn schießen. Rahn schießt. Tor! 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 Tor für Deutschland! Linksschuss von Rahn. Schäfer hat die Flanke da innen geschlagen. Schäfer hat sich gegen Bocik durchgesetzt. 3:2 für Deutschland. 5 Minuten vor dem Spielende.
Ich kenne einen prima Spieler, den ich im Leben nie vergesse. Der ist nicht groß, 1,70 bloß, und der heißt Uwe S.
Uwe Tor, noch ein Tor! Uwe Tor und noch ein Tor!
Gib doch den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, da machst du niemals einen Fehler. Dann stimmt der Uwe erstmal vor, dann gibt's bestimmt auch bald ein Tor. Macht er auch manchmal kleine Fehler, bei einem Querpass oder Stopp. Gib doch den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, denn er spielt Fußball mit dem Kopf. Wo ein Nationalspiel ist, fahren alle hin, haben nur den tollen Schuss von Uwe S im Sinn. Alle gehen zum Fußballplatz, jeder nimmt sich Zeit, weil man dort ein Spiel sehen kann, das jedes Herz erfreut.
Uwe Tor, noch ein Tor! Uwe Tor und noch ein Tor!
Gib doch den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, da machst du niemals einen Fehler. Dann stimmt der Uwe erstmal vor, dann gibt's bestimmt auch bald ein Tor. Macht er auch manchmal kleine Fehler, bei einem Querpass oder Stopp. Gib doch den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, denn er spielt Fußball mit dem Kopf.
Abstoß vom deutschen Tor. Schnellinger nimmt 3 Meter Anlauf, visiert den Ball in halbrechte Position, wo sich Schulz anbietet. Unser Außenläufer stoppt den Ball, Querpass zu Erhard. Rausstopp nach vorne, Vorlage zum deutschen Rechtsaußen. Der muss sich den Ball erst erkämpfen, dribbelt weiter bis zur Eckfahne, zieht die Flanke mit dem rechten Fuß zum Strafraum. Schön kommt der Ball herein, fällt auf den Elfmeterpunkt. Und jetzt der Staum, spielt den ersten Angreifer, schaut nach rechts, da steht Uwe Seeler frei. Der deutsche Mittelstürmer laut auf das Zuspiel, große Gelegenheit für ihn, abspielen zu Uwe.
Gib doch den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, da machst du niemals einen Fehler. Dann stimmt der Uwe erstmal vor, dann gibt's bestimmt auch bald ein Tor. Macht er auch manchmal kleine Fehler, bei einem Querpass oder Stopp. Gib doch den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, denn er spielt Fußball mit dem Kopf.
Draw. 4-4.
The artist there is called, rather surprisingly actually, Billy Sanders, or Saunders possibly, and the track is called Gib den Ball zu Uwe Seeler, and it's on the CD Bend It 92 on Exotica Records, and there'll be another track from that in tomorrow night's programme. This is Snatch, a new single on Worry Bird.
Still do not wrong.
And that's pressed on a brown vinyl. I don't think I would have opted for myself if given the choice. That's by Snatch, and it's called Sister Julia, and it's on Worry Bird Records from Atlanta, Georgia. And of course there was an earlier Snatch back in 1977 who went like this. Judy Nylon and Patti Paladin, where are they now, I wonder? On Bomp Records back in 1977, trading as Snatch, and that was called IRT. In session tonight, amongst others, Breed.
Silence, it was broken across the factories and the fields by the discord of a wailing of a lost that won't be healed. Whoa, 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 lost my love to the underworld. I just turned my back for 2 lifetimes and I lost. Now I'm hacking on my lyre and strapping on my cross. Now I know my dirty songs rent in the world. It will make your children thin. So all you women of the factories, come and tell me limb from limb. Whoa, 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 whoa. is smiling, all knowing more. They said, son, you have lost indeed. So it seems, but compared to your vanity, it's so very small. See, our wounds have long been barren. There's a poison in the soil, and the weight of the sun breaks our backs every day in this pointless, breaking, aching toil. So we won't, no, we won't give you an easy way out. You must suffer as we do. We will all now join in with your chorus. We will sing along with you. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hence, very suddenly, that actually, Noisy Blighters. That's a 7-inch single which came to me courtesy of, I think it was Cargo in this particular instance. It's by the Flying Lutenbachers, and it's from an EP called Attack Sequence, if it's called anything at all, which is on Quino Records of Chicago, Illinois. And the title of the track, as you might imagine, was Throwing Bricks. Before that, it was Breed in session, rather good stuff too, and a track called Whoa, Whoa, Whoa. At least one more from them. Well, I say at least one more from them before the end of the programme. Syzygy. Further fun and games on Infonet Records, Syzygy, and that's called Terminus. It's 1 o'clock on 24-hour 1FM, and Lucy Bonner has the news.
First American troops should start arriving in Somalia early next week as Operation Restore Hope swings into action. They're the advance party of a 28,000-strong U.S. force and will set about securing the capital Mogadishu and an airfield. General Colin Powell, chairman of the Chiefs of Staff, is warning Somali gunmen that his soldiers won't be sitting ducks. "We won't ride shotgun waiting for people to shoot at us," he says. "We'll eliminate the danger." New problems have surfaced for the Prime Minister ahead of next week's EC summit in Edinburgh. His compromise proposals to try to resolve Denmark's problems with the Maastricht Treaty have met opposition from other community leaders. Chancellor Kohl of Germany, with the Prime Ministers of Greece, Belgium and Luxembourg, tonight said that the British plans went too far. EC foreign ministers will try to find agreement when they meet on Tuesday. Spain's northwest coast faces environmental disaster from oil which is still spilling from a Greek tanker which ran onto rocks at La Coruña on Thursday. A 12-mile slick has spread from the wreck and has begun to wash ashore. Mussel farmers, a mainstay of the local economy, could have their livelihoods wiped out. It seems only a matter of time before the mussel beds are destroyed. Labour's heritage spokeswoman Anne Clwyd has condemned the official report into the Windsor Castle fire as a whitewash. The report says the fire was started by a powerful spotlight placed too close to a curtain. But Mrs Clwyd said it left far more questions unanswered than answered. The former Labour leader Neil Kinnock has expressed his support for proportional representation for the first time. Interviewed for a BBC Two programme to be shown later today, he says he's in favour of PR because he now believes it's the only way all parts of the country can be properly represented. The final results of Ireland's general election have still to be decided. After 9 days of counting in one seat in Dublin, the Fianna Fáil candidate was tonight declared the winner by 5 votes. But then his rival from the Democratic left asked for yet another recount. 1FM, back at 2.
Those milk crates have to be used again, you know. That's Headbutt on Pig Boy Records from a 7-inch EP. And that, I suppose, is the title track. It seems to be called Randy. And here's another one from Where's the Beach? Sex Slave Zombie Part 2. Where's the Beach in session, and that's called A Sex Slave Zombie Part 2. I was so excited by it, I couldn't say it properly the first time around. And I just had a phone call from BBC 2 television from the continuity announcer there, getting ready to close down, and wanted to know what I'd got in the rest of the programme, so I told him. I'm now looking quite forward to seeing or hearing what he's got to say when he closes the station down. Perhaps he'll do it during this next record, which is by Shrimp Boat. It's from another record on Ajax, curiously enough, and it's a 7-inch EP called Small Wonder, and this is the title track. I certainly never heard Lou Reed in his life. I do like that a lot, I must say. It's on Ajax Records, one of 4 tracks on a 7-inch EP by Shrimp Boat, and that was called Small Wonder, the title track indeed from the EP. And I mentioned that I'd been to see The Wedding Present playing in Cambridge last night, and whilst I was hanging around outside, some people approached with various requests for this programme, and I felt very guilty because I said to Vanessa and Anna, who are student nurses at Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge, that I would play their request very early in the programme. But the truth of the matter is that I couldn't find the record. Once again, the chaos at Peel Acres defeated me, but I will have a look in the BBC's library tomorrow and see if I can come up with it for tomorrow night's programme, Vanessa and Anna, should you care to listen to that, should you indeed still be listening to this. And also, Nev and Ben gave me a very specific request, which I shall play in just a moment. Hold on, there was something on this that I was going to read out as well. Oh, never mind, I can't... what was it? There was something else I was going to mention. Oh, never mind. Oh, yes, it was. There were some people who phoned up from Chichester, where they've been puzzling all night about who it was who had a hit record with Telstar. The Tornadoes, of course. And the LP, there was a Tornadoes LP, which I used to own, but no longer have in my collection. And it is one that I would like to own. I don't know if it's ever been reissued. It certainly should have been at some stage. But this is the record that Nev and Ben wanted to hear anyway. And me, if it comes to that.
Unfortunately, I'm coming from a bad end, and I'm destined for the bad end. But hanging around with you is like blood out of stone. Getting stuff out of use is like blood out of stone. Blood out of stone. Blood out of stone. Your history. You've quit existation. Your dream. Cause hanging around with you is like getting blood out of a stone. And getting stuff out of you is getting blood out of a stone. Blood out of stone. Blood out of stone. Blood out of stone. And if I had any guts, turn those money tables up. You're discorporated. You make me tired to the bone. Cause getting things out of you is like getting blood out of a stone. And hanging around with you is like getting blood out of a stone. Your friends are dissolved, and you're yakking on the phone. You're techno, grounded, your blood out of a stone. High up there the wings, but your blood out of stone. Your modern dresser ground, cause your blood out of stone. At least I've got an aim. Yeah. Blood out of stone. Blood out of stone. Blood out of stone. But I'm working to an aim. But your blood out of stone. Getting stuff out of you. It's like getting blood out of stone.
Usual lines of obscure and energetic tracks from around the world. In his own words, the kind of music that you pretend you've always liked in 2 years' time when it's gone into the charts. Well, while on radio too, John Terrett's Night Ride, a gentle ride with music from the...
Less of that, my goodness me. Not sure whether you're supposed to do that. Actually play the television on the radio. It's probably some kind of crisis. But that's what they were saying about this programme. Anyway, that's The Fall, of course, Blood Out of a Stone from the Dredger EP. Rather nice that it came up at exactly the right moment. This is C.J. Bolland. At its best, played loud enough to make your head fall off. That's C.J. Bolland on R&S Records, and as with the previous tracks that I've played from this double 12-inch package, I can't give you a title to it because there aren't any titles on it. I can give you the title of the next one, though. It's called The Cold Giant, and it's by the Volume Dealers. It's on Public Bath Records from Madison, Wisconsin, and I'll tell you what it says, or part of what it says in the press release. It says, the band, composed of Tetsuru on guitar, Shishakura on vocals, Uzawa bass, and Sugai on drums, has attracted a large critical and popular following, drawing fans of hardcore grunge guitar sounds. Last fall, they opened for both Mudhoney and Fugazi in Tokyo. Guitarist Tetsuru continues the violent yet melodic guitar sound he exploited in his last band, Captain Condoms. Well, you may recall that I played a track or two by Captain Condoms, so let's hear the Volume Dealers. And incidentally, Lynn Parsons came in just a second ago to tell me that she's majoring on Cher in tonight's programme, but has promised a Des O'Connor track during the programme at some stage, so looks like another night without sleep for me. Volume dealers, and that's from an EP, 7-inch EP yet again. Vinyl, of course, is finished, they keep telling you. There've only been 2 CDs in this programme so far. We fight the good fight. On Public Bath Records, an EP called Error Man, and that was The Cold Giant. And now, this is a CD, actually, this next one, and it's by Tampa Red, Bottleneck Guitar, 1928-1973 on Yazoo Records. And the track I'm going to play you, I'm afraid I have to warn you that it is a trifle saucy, but, double entendre in a very heavy-duty manner. But I think it's, pretty late at night, and I think we can get away with this.
Oh, I'm tipping like a Maltese kitten on a Brussels carpet. Ain't got enough sole on my shoe to wash sand into a rat hole. Hey, tell me about it, Papa. Oh, it's hot in here. Let's heat it. Folks, I'm gonna tell you about a brand new song. I'm gonna beat some dirt, and it won't take long. It's called Heat It. I mean heat it. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. Why they cool it on State Street, they warm it down the line. You ought to hear the frauds on Durban singing and crying, talking about it. Heat it! Lord, I got to heat it. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. Now the folks down east are crying, Lord, Lord, Lord. The gang in the west say the cops are so hard. They said, heat it. They said, heat it. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. Well, I went down to Michigan, came up grand, saw the sweetbacks and the strutters all raising sand, talking about it's heated. They meant it's heated. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. I went to a good time flat last Saturday night. The cops knocked on the door. Everybody made that flat. I said, what's the matter? They said, it's heated. What do you mean? The flat's heated. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. I met myself a good gal. She said she was 51. We started loving and squeezing. I stopped. She said, son, you just begun. I need heating. Yes, I need heating. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. Now a yellow gal's like a frigid zone. Brown skin's about the same. You want some good loving, get yourself an old crow jade. And she's heated. Lord, she's heated. You got to heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. Now I ain't no janitor, no fireman's son, but I can keep your boiler hot till the superintendent comes. I mean, I can heat it. I mean, I can heat it. I can heat it and warm it. Let the good work go on. Hey, hey.
Swim for the boat. He may crush you against it in his death struggles.
I'll have to chance it. If he hit me with his tail, I'd be a goner.
Walking down the street, minding my own business. Construction worker says, nice tits. Dropped your phone number. Cab driver asking for a date. Guy on the subway grabs my ass. Hey baby, you look so good. Hey baby, you look so good. Hey baby, pushing the one in the skirt? Does it look like I'm asking for it? I don't need to be asking for it. I'm just walking down the street minding my own business. I'm just trying to be a girl. I'm just walking down the street minding my own business. Hey baby, you look so good. Hey baby, you look so good. Hey baby, you look so good. Hey baby, you look so good.
Chia Pet, that is, and that's on Cocoa Pop Records, which is Kramer's kind of pop label as he sees it, and that's called Hey Baby, as you might imagine. CHIAPET, in case you're having trouble spelling that. And what have I for you now? There was something again. I suppose it is getting late at night, so I lose track of these things. There was something I was going to say, though. Anyway, I'll play you a record while I'm trying to think what it was. This is Hood on Fluff Records. Oh, yeah, I took the train up to Manchester, and not the intercity one, but the one that kind of drifts in a rather leisurely way across Britain. And it is most agreeable to do that. It was something I've not done for a very long time. The only disconcerting aspect of it was that it pulls slowly, leaving coming up from Ipswich, Stowmarket, that area, and when you get into Sheffield, it comes backwards out of Sheffield and goes over the Pennines backwards, which rather took me by surprise, but dropped me about 100 yards from where I needed to be. So, as a man who's, like everybody else, slags British Rail off all the time, but frankly, they did pretty well on that occasion, I felt. The reason I mention all of this now was because one of the reasons we were 17 minutes late leaving Stowmarket, but we gained all of it back by not going to Loughborough, and this is a record label that's based in Loughborough. That's on Fluff Records, doubtless named after Alan Freeman. Actually, probably not, but it should be, certain anyway. A great man, as we all know. Fluff Records at 86 Parklands Drive, Loughborough, Leicestershire. And that was by Hood, who come from Wetherby. And it was called Sirens, one of 3 tracks on a 12-inch. Here's an old favourite, well, an old favourite of mine, and it ought to be one of yours as well.
What a shame from the day when we were born. They've never seen the right dollar yet. Only the God of me with a sin. Bring back the money with the sign of the lion on it. They said to take back the money with the sign of the dragon on it. That's not enough. They said we bring back the money with the sign of the lion on it. Man, they said we take back the money with the sign of the dragon on it. So we know one, we are no more about your great Sir Francis Drake.
That's Culture, recorded for this programme on the 11th of December 1982 and on an early Peel Sessions EP on Strange Fruit, Larne Rock, of course. And that's one band, one ensemble who would have been on this programme as many times as The Fall if they'd made themselves more generally available when they'd come over here. And I know the same holds true of Andy Kershaw's programme. We'd get him in every single time if we could, as only somebody would get in touch with us and say, hey, Culture are coming over. This is Breed, and they're in session tonight. Tomorrow night, incidentally, it's the Aphex Twin, a Radio 1 debut, and a repeat of the session from Kitchens of Distinction, which went down very well the first time around. But from Breed, this is Phantom Limb. Another fine session from Breed, make another useful EP as well. That track's called Phantom Limb, and this is the last from Where's the Beach? Oasis. Leaving the best to last. Really like that one. That's Where's the Beach in session, and it's called Oasis. And the last record in tonight's programme, and we're going to have time to play, well, most of it. I'm sorry about that. I misread the stopwatch, not for the first time either. And this is Cell on Ecstatic Peace, B-side of a single, Auf Wiedersehen. Surely it doesn't really start like that. And my thanks to Lynn Parsons for letting me have a minute of her programme so I could get all of that record in. That was Cell and Auf Wiedersehen. That's all from me tonight. Thanks very much for listening to it. It's 1 minute past 2 on 24 Hour 1FM. And